must say I'm disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner. Tell me, did it trouble you to murder your brothers?
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
No. I had faith in you. In your ability to hate. In your self-righteous indignation.
Lies. You cannot have foreseen all of this.
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the true power of knowledge. To know the future, Raziel. To see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite. As a man, I could never have contained such forbidden truths. But each of us is so much more than we once were. Gazing out across the plains of possibility, do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods? And as such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. And that is why, when I must sacrifice my children to the void, I can do so with a clear heart.
Very poetic, Cain. But in the end, you offer no more than a convenient rationalization for your crimes.
These chambers offer insight for those patient enough to look. In your haste to find me, perhaps you have not gazed deeply enough. Our futures are predestined. Mobius foretold mine a millennium ago. We each play out the parts fate has written for us. We are compelled ineluctably down preordained paths. Free will is an illusion.
I have been to the tomb of Seraphan, Cain. Your dirty secret is exposed. How could you transform a Seraphan priest into a vampire?
How could I not? One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer. Can you grasp the absurd beauty of the paradox? We're the same. Seraphan and vampire. With our holy wars, our obsession with Nosgoth's domination, who better to serve me than those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil?
I will not applaud your clever blasphemy. The Seraphan were saviors, defending Nosgoth from the corruption that we represent. My eyes are opened, Cain. I find no nobility in the unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse.
You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Seraphan were noble, altruistic? Don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours.
You are lost in a maze of moral relativism, Cain. These apparitions and portents. What game are you playing now?
Destiny is a game, is it not? And now, you await my latest move.
Okay, so once again we have Cain. He has pretty much the same exact abilities, except he doesn't have the Soul Reaver anymore because he broke it over your ass in the last fight. Instead, he shoots those beams out of his hands now, which I guess makes sense, and they don't do quite as much damage because we have more health now. Other than that, his only really abilities are to stop and be crazily dramatic for no apparent reason. And of course, he's still a massive prick.
Hey, he's got a flair for the dramatic.
Definitely. So let's see some of that.
Oh yeah, look at that pose.
Okay, so now he's going to shoot some beams at us finally. In the second tier, he's not that hard. Again, same thing, a little bit bigger window to hit him this time. He will still continue teleporting around. However, you do have this glyph on the center which just recharges your health, and you can actually take direct shots from him on this. So, if you will need to wait and plan your attack, it's a great place to do so. Now the downside to this fight is that you can't just run up and hit him anymore like you did in the previous one. You do need the Soul Reaver in order to do any damage. Which means you need to be at full health.
Which is why they included that glyph.
Yep. Oh god, it's moving.
I hope Kane has enough magic to produce 1.21 gigawatts.
I think so. Isn't that just lightning? And he's shooting a bolt out your ass right now.
That's a good point.
Take
He has
that,
some
science.
vampiric plutonium.
Okay, so he's now at the top level. This is where it becomes a pain in the goddamn ass. He is almost... I don't even know how to properly describe this. You basically need to get lucky. Or you can do what I'll do here in a second. I'm not going to spoil it because it's kind of sweet. It's a good cheat. And if you're late, you might as well just wait at the bottom.
Also,
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. Sorry to interrupt real quick. Use the Force glyph. It will only use one of your glyph points, and it makes you more invulnerable to his ability. So if you hear that lightning bolt charge, really quickly if you press up and use the Force glyph, you'll completely get away.
And also it's yeah. Dang, my thought jumped out of my brain.
Yeah, it's my fault. Sorry.
That's okay.
Ooh, that one was close.
Oh, almost had him.
And I didn't recharge, which means I'm not going to make it up there. So this is the first time I actually kind of actively hunted him down. Normally I just run in a direction and hope I get him. Can't shoot lightning bolts at Michael Jackson.
What's interesting is that you have the that
That's it.
that losing health animation when you get hit, even though you don't lose any health.
Eh.
You nearly had me, Raziel. But this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
Be warned, Raziel. Once you cross this threshold, you are beyond my influence.
Oh, thank God. Go through the threshold.
Raziel, Redeemer and Destroyer, Pawn and Messiah, welcome, time-span soul. Welcome to your destiny. Where time is but a loop, a loose stitch in the universal cloth, a streamer might seize upon a chance, a fatal slip, and plunge the fate of planets into chaos.
What a weird way to end the game.
Yeah.
To be continued.
Dun dun dun.